Hello everyone, Chris Lashavo with I Think Realty, soon to be RE/MAX Heritage Professionals. That's right, we are becoming a RE/MAX franchise, so it'll be the same, great people to work with, just more resources and more tools to better help our clients as we move forward. So I'm real excited about that. Tune in at the end of the video, I'll talk a little bit more about other changes coming. I also want to apologize that this video is so much later than normal. I have unfortunately been sick with COVID and the flu at the same time. I kind of would have liked to have spread those out maybe several years apart instead of having them at the same time. But I'm back and feeling better and starting to get out and about again. I was actually quarantined for about 10 days. Was never life-threatening, fortunately, although I have some of the risk factors. But I did pretty well at home. My wife and kids took good care of me while I quarantined myself in the house and in a bedroom, and tried to do as much work as I could before I got tired or coughing or whatever. So if you do hear a coughing spell, I'm still getting over the flu and COVID, but I am doing much better and glad to be back doing a video again. So let's get into the numbers for Winter Haven. This is for December 2022. This is your January market update. I know we're in February already, but these are for the stats through the end of December. So for Winter Haven, we had 69 closed sales compared to 92 a year ago, a decrease of 25%. Cash sales as a percentage of closed sales, 27.5% of all sales were cash sales compared to 34.8%, a decrease of 21%. The median sales price was $296,159 compared to $290,000, an increase of just 2.1%. So home prices in Winter Haven, while they still did go up, not the 25 to 30% that we were seeing a year ago, so or a year and a half ago. So home price growth is definitely slowing in Winter Haven. And actually, the average sales price was $278,523 compared to $282,992. So the average sales price actually went down by 1.3%. Sellers, that doesn't mean it's time to panic. It doesn't mean you're losing all your equity or anything like that. In fact, I don't really see that happening. I see mortgage rates going down, and that means home prices are going to start to go back up because demand's going to go up. But we'll talk. Percent of original list price, sellers are receiving 93.5% of list price compared to 100% a year ago, a decrease of 6.5%. Median time to contract, 41 days compared to 9 days a year ago, an increase of 355.6%. So that is definitely a significant increase in how much longer it's taking to sell a home right now. And that's because simply there are less buyers out there. Median time to sale, 86 days compared to 53 days a year ago, an increase of 62.3%. New pending sales, 70 new pending sales compared to 95 a year ago, a decrease of 26.3%. New listings, 75 new listings compared to 81 a year ago, a decrease of 7.4%. So new listings, actually less than last year, means we're not seeing an increase of inventory. Pending inventory, 95 pending compared to 131 a year ago, a decrease of 27.5%. Active inventory, 230 homes active in Winter Haven compared to 82 a year ago, an increase of 180.5%. But a lot of that is due to homes staying on the market longer. As we just said, new listings are actually down. So the active inventory is because homes are taking longer to sell, not because there are more homes going on the market. Month supply of inventory, 2.7 months supply of inventory compared to 0.7 months supply of inventory, an increase of 285.7%. So still very much in a seller's market. We're nowhere near a buyer's market yet, but we are getting closer from where we were, the extreme end, just a year ago. Anyway, that's your stats for Winter Haven. Tune in as we talk more about what this all means for you and what things are going to look like for our brokerage moving forward. So as we talk about the numbers, for example, in Polk County, we saw closed sales slow. New pending sales went down, new listings went down, pending inventory went down. All of those suggest a slowing of the housing market. That's compared to a year ago. The same things with Winter Haven. We're seeing closed sales, new pending sales, new listings, pending inventory all go down. We're also seeing active inventory increase, and that is not that there's all of a sudden an increase of inventory. What it is we're adding new inventory, as we do every month. At the same time, the old inventory is still on the market because it's taking longer to sell. So because of that, we're seeing that significant increase in inventory. The good news, though, is if you're a home buyer, that does mean that when you're out looking for homes, there is more inventory to choose from. It also means that if you're looking at a house that's been on the market a little bit longer, there might be an opportunity to get the home for less than list price. If you remember from 2021 and 2020, you almost never could get a home for less than list price. You were paying at or above list price. And so that's a piece of good news for buyers. At the same time, we are seeing mortgage rates start to decrease from the high of like 7%. They're now closer to, I'm seeing almost 6.13%, I think is the lowest I've seen. So the rates are coming down, and they're expected to continue to go down over the course of the next year, maybe even getting to 5%, maybe even 4.5%. If you're a buyer, and especially if you're a buyer who decided to wait because you couldn't deal with the craziness, you couldn't deal with the bidding wars, you couldn't deal with having to put in over asking offers, and you decided to wait, and then you got hit by the surprise of higher mortgage rates, and so now you're deciding to wait till mortgage rates go down. Here's the bad news for you. When the rates go down, more buyers are going to enter the market. And that's going to mean the bidding wars are probably going to come back. That's going to mean the over asking offers are going to come back. That means there's more competition. You're going to have to see a house right away. And mortgage rates are not going to go down to the 2.5–3% that we saw at one point. I don't think they're going to go down that low. So you're still going to be paying more overall. The longer you wait, the more that home is going to cost you, either on the front end in terms of the price or long term in terms of the mortgage rate. So if I were in your shoes looking to buy, I would get out there now before the rates drop much further and we see the flood of buyers in the market. The thing is, inventory is not changing really. Despite the fact that active inventory is up so much, that's because homes are staying on the market longer, not because more homes are entering the market. New listings were down over last year, both in Winter Haven and countywide. So it doesn't mean that we're seeing more homes on the market. It just means that the homes that are on the market are taking longer to sell. So the biggest factor that determines housing prices is supply and demand. Right now, demand is a little slower because the mortgage rates went up so much. Now that the mortgage rates are coming back down, you can expect demand to start to go back up. When demand's high and supply doesn't change, there's not enough supply to meet the demand, you're going to have prices going up again. So it is a good time to get out there now. This is, if you're trying to time the market, there's no ideal time in the market, but if you're trying to time the market, this is probably the time. We can see mortgage rates likely going down. Inflation is starting to come down. I think the Feds, while they're still going to probably do some more interest rate increases, they're not going to be significant ones. And the other housing market news, the other economic news is actually not so negative. It's actually pretty positive. So while we still may go into a recession, that actually for the housing market will cause the housing market to probably increase. So get out there now and purchase. Sellers, if you're trying to time the market, it's even harder. because you don't know what kind of buyers are going to be out there. You know, the 2019, 20, 21 markets had a lot of cash buyers. You could kind of, you know, get away with asking whatever you wanted. We're not seeing as many cash buyers as evidenced by the numbers. And so I would expect, and that means appraisals come back into play. And so if the home doesn't appraise, it doesn't matter what the buyer offers you, you're probably not going to get your asking price if it's a loaned, if it's a buyer with a loan. So some things to keep in mind in terms of what's happening with the market now. I did just want to allude back to a little bit what I said at the beginning. There are some changes happening here at our brokerage. We are going to become a RE/MAX franchise. Because of that, there's different structures and fee structures that we have. And so it no longer made sense for Patricia and I to work as a team. It just would have cost us more money working that way. At the same time, Patricia has wanted to just focus on her pretty significant past clients and friends and family in the area. Isn't necessarily looking to grow her business in the same way, and so we've decided to part ways as far as formally working together as a team. We will still work together. She'll still refer people to me that she doesn't have the time to work with because she's really trying to spend more time with her husband, travel a little bit more, and take care of her past clientele as well as she can. Really enjoyed working with her for the last 2.5 years. We were able to help probably about 150 families buy and sell homes during that time. So it was really a great experience for both of us, I think. So look forward to a new YouTube channel that is just my YouTube channel. Look forward to some new branding as we switch into RE/MAX. Like I said, the move is exciting. I think what we'll see is, again, it's the same people. So if you've been happy with the service that you've received from us, that's not going to change. That's the hallmark of what I believe the business is about, and how I want to run my business. This change just gives me some more tools, and a bigger company to pull from in terms of resources to better help my clients. So look for more changes with that. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you on this channel. Please, if you know of people that subscribe to our other YouTube channel, please send them to this channel. We'd love to have them here at ChrissellscentralFlorida on YouTube. Thanks very much, everyone, and I'm glad to be recovering from the flu and COVID. Again, apologize for this video being a little later than I would have liked, but hopefully we'll get back on track here and get your next video out more in a more timely manner. Have a great day.